you can't tell from the outside what's going on in the inside. As an autistic person, this was the most confusing thing that I had to learn about other people, neurotypicals. Because I was always just like, here I am, this is me, I'm sad, I'm angry, I'm happy. And other people aren't like that. So that's the thing about me, is that I put it all on show and I don't know what people think about that, because I'm not in other people's heads and I don't try and do other people's thinking anymore. I just know the experience that I have or had, which is walking around like that with no skin, is the way I would describe it. Like walking around with my insides on the outside and assuming that everybody else was like that, and not knowing that they hid most of it. And so the most confusing thing about that is that turns into like it turns into me criticizing myself and internalizing what's wrong with me. What's wrong with me if I'm struggling all the time and I'm here, I'm showing up, I'm showing you the rage, I'm showing you the sadness, and I'm not following social rules in terms of that I have to hide that, I have to mask, I have to suppress, I have to put on a performance. Obviously, I did that to a certain extent, right? But I didn't know I was autistic until later in life. So I didn't know that I was masking. And I was just being me and thinking, why am I different? And why do I seem to be struggling? And comparing how I was showing up without skin, with my insides on the outside, and seeing everybody else like wearing the mask and thinking that was them. But I didn't know that they had insides that were the same as mine, that they struggled with the same things, the same problems, and that was just going on inside and they weren't showing it to me. Because when you are a certain way, you just assume that everybody's like you. And that was the most confusing thing, was learning that other people actually were the same as me, that they just hid it a lot better. And that's the thing, is like, I'm just really honest about what I go through. And at this point in my life, at 42 years old, I realize that I'm no different from anyone else, that other people go through the exact same things. It's just that they keep it more on the inside. And what I realize about that is that I probably deal with it better. Shocking, I know, but I actually probably deal with it better. I can move through really intense emotions like that. And I'm very faith-led. When I trust my higher self, when I trust God, we're like this, honestly. So yeah, you can't tell how someone copes based on what you see on the outside. It's a total lie, honestly. And stepping from the 3D into the 5D, that's the difference, is that the masks that people hide behind, the illusions fall away. People can't hide behind the things that they normally hid behind. All of the external stuff, you know, the money, the job, the relationship. They can't hide themselves behind the external. And this is why, like, all of these truths are coming out. Because the illusions are being broken. Like individually, and there's an individual experience of that, and there's a collective experience of that.